Hey guys, how is everybody doing? KI Flex here with another video. Um, Today I want to bring you a short review slash unboxing slash first look at the Pioneer Elite Integrated Amplifier A20. So I just got it in a couple of days ago, and I finally got the time to open the box and take a look, my first look at the integrated amplifier. So I'm basically sharing my first look at the amplifier with you guys as well. So this is the first look of the Pioneer A integrated A20 integrated amplifier. Now first, let me begin with the look of the amplifier. First of all, build quality. My first impressions are very impressive. I am very impressed with the build quality of the Pioneer Elite A20 integrated amplifier. It comes with an aluminum front panel, glossy black fascia with gold plated Elite badging and Pioneer logo. There are a couple of LEDs that lights up in the front panel. There is the input selector, volume control, balance control for left and right channels. There's bass and treble controls. There's also speaker A and B selectable. It could also be bridged or bi-amped, both A and B. It has a loudness button, a direct source button, basically to bypass any internal processing. You can bypass via the direct switch. There's a phone's input for headphone input, and the remote control sensor. And this is the standby button, power on and off. And basically that makes up the front panel. It's a very attractive amplifier. The Elite brand of Pioneer usually connotates the higher end of Pioneer. Basically, this is basically Pioneer high end brand, the Elite, and it's definitely a cut above the regular Pioneer brand in build quality. The build quality and look of this amplifier is pretty good. It looks all the part. It looks all the part. It looks very expensive. It looks very high end. So what came in the box? The batteries for the remote control. Simple remote control. Instruction manual. And a warning slip for speaker short to make sure you connect the amplifier properly. Now when it comes to the rear of the unit, let me see if I can get you guys to take a look at the rear of the unit. So here we have the rear. Now you have both A and B speaker terminals, relatively okay binding posts. They look sturdy, they look strong. I must say I'm very impressed with the build quality of this particular integrated amplifier. So we have the binding posts, both for speaker A and B. We have the audio inputs. We have the power cord. It's not detachable, but it's still an all. It looks well secured, well put together, well built. It's not a detachable cord. I will prefer at this particular price point. I am not going to argue with Pioneer, but it would have been pretty awesome to throw in a detachable power cord in there. Nevertheless, so we have in the back panel, let me see if I can get you guys to zoom in there. So we have a phono input, which is very good. I do appreciate a phono input in an integrated amp. So we have a phono input, we have tuner input, SACD/CD input, auxiliary, network input, record in and out. So basically, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inputs, 6 inputs, 1 out. The network is basically for Pioneer's own network player, which is the N30 network player, or the N50, which I will do a review of coming up. I have a review of the N30 coming up shortly. You guys will get to look at that particular video. Network player, high-end network player, auxiliary, super audio, CD input, and tuner. There's also control. There's an control in and out for additional control of a CD player, a Blu-ray player, or any other Pioneer equipment that you desire to put on this particular player. There is the controlled out, basically triggers, controlled out, RI controls out for controlling other Pioneer equipment. There's also a serial port that you can connect to this particular amplifier. There's an optional Bluetooth dongle that you can purchase, what you can connect right here in the Bluetooth port. It will basically give the A20 Bluetooth compatibility. And basically that's it for the rear of the Pioneer integrated A20. Now when it comes to specifications, the amplifier runs at 30 watts per channel into 8 ohms, or 50 watts per channel based on Pioneer specification. So roughly it will run at 50 watts per channel into 4 ohms and 35 watts into 8 ohms per channel, left and right, all channels driven. So it's roughly 50 watts per channel if you have 4 ohm speakers, and roughly 35 watts per channel if you have 8 ohm speakers. It's direct energy design. It also has symmetrical power amplifier. It has clean ground construction. There's separation between the amplifier section and the power supply section. There's a stable transformer. There's also, I told you guys before, aluminum front panel, which is very good at this price point. You have phono input, as I said before. It also has automatic power on and off. Basically, if it senses that it's in standby mode for a particular time, no signal is coming to the integrated amp, it will shut itself off to save energy. That's a nice feature. So basically that's it when it comes to features. Now when it comes to sound quality, I must say that I am very, very impressed. I'm very impressed with the sound quality of this particular amplifier. There is a smooth, decent amount of bass, very clear, defined high frequencies. The mid-range is very subtle. The stereo imaging of this amplifier is very good. I've played it for a very short time just to make sure that everything was functioning, and I listened to a couple of tracks on Super Audio CD just for about half an hour, and I must conclude, I must say that if you're looking for an integrated amplifier and you're not willing to spend thousands of dollars, this is definitely the choice that you should look at. The sound quality of the A20 is wonderful. At this particular price point, it will be hard to beat, hard to find an amplifier that sounds better. There are better sounding amplifiers. There are amplifiers basically with a lot more features and a lot more power, but for a lot more money as well. Basically, this runs for around $300 in stores. You can get it online for around $299, $275, $280. And for that money, this amplifier performs beautifully. Headroom, dynamic. It is well worth $300 in my opinion for an entry-level, high-end integrated amplifier with this amount of features. You can't go wrong. It's beautifully built. It has a very unique style. It feels robust. At the turn of the volume knob, it is not slack or loose. It feels well built. It feels the volume feels strong. Even the input selectors, as you select the input, there's a positive note about each click of the dials. So it's well built, well worth the money, and the sound quality is excellent. At this price point, the A20 is very hard to beat. So that's my short review of the Pioneer Integrated Amplifier A20. So I'll see you guys with a next review, a next update, a next equipment update pretty soon.